Okay, guys, it's that time again. We just finished the reading club. It's 11 a.m., top of the hour on Saturday morning. I'm honored and thrilled to be hosting this overview with my partner in crime, Mr. Eric Wilden. We've not been together, sir, in several weeks because of the MWR platform, and I'm sure we'll have a chance to get back to Wednesdays. But we're going to take advantage of this Saturday to be together and present what I consider to be the greatest opportunity that exists on planet Earth. Fernando asked for more people to join us at this segment, and sure enough, the numbers have increased by 10, I believe. So this is exciting. He asked for 41. I think we wanted to have everybody bring one, but we're still not done yet, Eric. We're 1 minute after. We've got more people that looks like are coming in. So, my friend, welcome to the platform. It's good to see you again. Got to get you to unmute.
It's the devil's in the details. Well, it's a great morning to be with you, especially on the heels of a great read this morning. This is something you want to share with as many people as possible. We have this reading club, a group of like-minded, positive, growth-oriented entrepreneurs that get together every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and we choose a book, a business book, and there's no politics, there's no business. It's all about growing together. And the fun part about this is always dissecting the book. We we read a chapter one today, which was a relatively short chapter, and we spent three times as much time discussing the chapter as we did reading the chapter. That's how depth, that's the interaction that happens. So make sure that you're sharing this out there, because we want more like-minded, positive, growth-oriented entrepreneurs to come hang out with us on a Saturday, because it's a great way to start your Saturday. So yes, I'm really happy to be here with you, Dr. Parker, as it always is. But today you put me in a great mood.
Hey, listen, but amazing what you said, that you saw the amount of time that we spent, with interactions, comments, people chiming in, because I think we struck a chord, Eric. It's something that we all deal with. It's something that we all want to overcome. We need to create the necessary structure. First, have the desire, and we're all like-minded individuals, as you mentioned. So we're here, but the goal at the end of the day, what we want is achievement in our lives, right? And that's why we pour into each other. And the reading was so beautiful this morning, because again, we're all on the same page. We're all heading in the same direction, and we're just trying to find a way to get it done. And that's the beauty of it, man. So I'm excited to be here with you this morning. It's been a while, my friend.
Yep, too long. Can't let it go this long.
No, no, not anymore, ever again. So we've got a window of time here on Saturday morning. We're going to take full advantage of it. And guys, if you're here for the first time, I strongly suggest you grab a pencil and a paper. You're going to want to take some copious notes on this one, and we'll circle back and try to get those questions answered for you, because we don't want you to leave here today without having a full understanding of what you've seen and heard. Eric and I this morning are here to talk about, again, what I consider to be the greatest opportunity that exists on planet Earth, and that's MWR, guys. And MWR stands for Make Wealth Real. And yes, this is where lifestyle and legacy connect. We're the only lifestyle and legacy company of its kind. Eric, that's the beautiful part about it, that nobody else has done this. Nobody else has been able to achieve it. And even me, initially, real concerns about the direction where we were going, because it was theory. It had never been done before. Was it possible? Can we pull it off? And yes, my friend, we've been able to do that as it relates to the silver rental program. But Eric, this company, me, you, and everyone else already involved in MWR, we're on a mission. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and what's really neat about this is that I wasn't really looking for something else so much as I'm always open to new ideas. And if you bring a great idea to me, I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to decide on the merits of it, but I'm also going to make sure that it aligns with my mission. And I have three core beliefs. Number
Yes.
one, as you know, being in the real estate field and profession for 30 years, I deeply believe that everybody should own their own home as a start, and you can build a financial foundation on that. Number two belief that I have is is that everybody should have that financial house in order. Okay. And that means having a written financial plan, because a lot of people have good intentions financially, but they don't have a plan. They don't have the discipline to work the plan, and out of sight, out of mind, that goes away. And belief number 3 is that everyone should own a business, because businesses have the most favorable tax, even if it's a part-time, a side gig, a side hustle, whatever you want to call it, but having access to the benefits that the government provides and big business designed is very, very important. And then when I saw the mission of this company, MWR, make wealth real, I love the concept of making wealth real. And their focus, their mission, you'll see as we move through our presentation, how you could weave my own beliefs in the mission here. So, the founder who decided to, one day, he said, I want to create more millionaires than any other, more financially independent families than any other company in history. And the way to do that is in the number one conversation that everybody has every single day. We all talk about it. It's inflation, it's interest rates, it's money, enough, don't have enough, etc. So this company is disrupting the financial services industry, an enormous, huge industry, because of their systems, their strategies, and best of all, backed up and assisted with experts that you get to have on speed dial, the same experts, the same level of experts that very wealthy people have, you now have with MWR.
It's incredible, my friend. It's incredible. The platform has been laid out. We've got a chance to make these things a reality for so many people. Eric, because we cracked the code, right? So at MWR, we've created a simple, proven way to fast track time freedom and financial independence in months or years, not decades, because we've got the keys. We've figured these things out. You understand this whole idea of passive income and residual income probably better than most, right? But you think about that, we talk about cracking the code. When you can master those two platforms, you can set yourself up to win for life.
And that's true. What most people don't understand, there's 3 types of income, and only 3 types of income. There's active income, where we all start, and that's trading hours for dollars. And what history has proven is that people don't become wealthy trading hours for dollars. They don't become financially independent. The ability to make money while you sleep, play, and spend time traveling, doing whatever you want, hanging out with the ones that you love, that's true freedom. And so the name of the game, and I'll tell you, I've always gravitated, the insurance industry, because they have the renewals, and especially in the real estate business, because you have ongoing, ever increasing rental income. I understood very early that passive income was the way to financial freedom. Having monthly income, equal to or greater than the forever monthly expenses you have. You're always going to have utilities, you're going to have taxes, you're going to have all of those things. True financial independence happens when you have enough money coming in. And the question is, how do you design that?
It's awesome. It's awesome. And we'll tap into it a little further, talk about how this whole concept that we've created with the rental program compares so closely to real estate when we talk about residual income. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've just been granted a pass, right? This is your all access pass, and Eric will dive in later and talk about his example of the basically you compare this to the Costco's of financial service, right? Because there's so
Yes.
many privileges associated with this. So this is our lifestyle and legacy membership, and it's by invitation only. Not everybody can get in if they can't. And their access is through you, right? So it's a one of a kind savings and wealth building strategies, unlimited financial advice on demand, and financial experts to do the work for you. Talk about this, Eric.
Yeah, and I've been calling it the Costco of financial services, because it's like a warehouse of great financial services and the experts that provide it. And why do we have a membership to Costco? You can buy all the same stuff anywhere else, but you can't buy it at the price that you get. And we're going to talk
Mhm.
about how you're getting experts at the price that you couldn't get it anywhere else. These are one of a kind experts that are teaching you the savings, the wealth building strategies, and not just teaching you, but walking alongside you and helping you with it. Unlimited financial advice. I use it all the time. People wonder, like, how do you can call up a CPA and he's not going to charge you $150 an hour. You can call up another expert, a financial advisor, and he'll, help you to design a program and give you tips and help you how to do that. This is really unique, and that's why you have a membership, is because it's worth it. The reason that people join and pay for Costco is because they get 5-10 times the savings by using the membership. And that's the important thing, is this is one of those memberships that the more that you use it, the cheaper it becomes, to be quite honest.
Well, you know what? And I think many people will be curious as to how MWR can offer this suite of services for basically pennies on a dollar, the price of a cup of coffee a day. But I've heard you explain it quite clearly on how it works, because it's almost like leverage, right? The number of people, that one firm can represent drives down the cost if those persons are part of a bundle, if you will.
Yeah, yeah, and the power of big numbers, large groups, get a discount. They move the needle. And so that's how this system was designed. So now that the experts are actually doing the work for you, they design the plans, they give you the advice, they do the research, they get licensed. You don't have to do any of that work. You are just the conduit. It's kind of like, belonging to a great club, or you found a Costco and it was a great deal. You want to tell all your friends anyway, right? You want your friends to have the same benefits and grow with you. And that's the whole concept behind the MWR membership. As American Express always says, membership has its privileges. MWR has even more.
No doubt about it, sir. Let's talk about the most exciting component that we've just recently added to the platform when we talk about the silver rental program. Again, I mean, I think again I've heard you say that we're one. I mean, we've separated ourselves from the pack with this move.
Absolutely. MWR, in my opinion, is in a category of one. Although it's in the financial services industry, it's America's first and only company that focuses nationwide and allows people to have access to all of the resources. And one of the resources, as you just mentioned, is this brand new silver rental program. Now, I am, deep dyed in the wool real estate, right? I'm involved in real estate, I'm involved in mortgages, and I saw MWR to become a tool, an add-on that adds on to the services of what I do. And then MWR showed me something that I'd never seen before, and that is the ability not only to buy precious metals, which is an important part of diversification, but I've never seen before where you could own an asset, a precious metal, just like real estate. And while you own it, you can rent it out and receive a monthly income. In fact, in some ways, silver's better because there's no tenants, toilets. There's not the human element. But just imagine being able to invest at double-digit returns in an asset that appreciates. And so that's what's really nice about this. It's something that everybody should take a look at. And if you've been watching the price of gold lately, the price of silver lately, it's been on a tear.
No question about it. It has and continues to increase. So I think our timing is perfect. And now we talk about going beyond appreciation. You always hear Eric when he's on the platform, he talks about putting yourself in a position where you've got your money working for you. We've created a way to put that silver to work for you. We're going to treat it the same way as an investment, but look at the potential here and what's happening with what we've created. Passive income, the ability to earn 12 to 24% annualized ROI, return on investment. Eric, that amounts to be about 1 to 2% per month on your silver portfolio, but at the same time, you're going to benefit from appreciation. I remember when I bought my first Silver Eagle 4 years ago, I think when I started looking at precious metals, I paid $23 for that Silver Eagle. What is that Silver Eagle worth today? That's the appreciation, guys. But only through MWR exclusive rental program can we get this kind of access.
Yeah, yeah. And when the program started, silver, the spot cost of silver was, about $50.
Yep.
And today it's over 70 or $75. And so it's pretty amazing. And again, that the experts do all the work helping you. We have America's first repository where you can actually store it, and it's not the paper version of silver, it's the actual silver metal that's stored in that repository. And by the way, you can, if you want to keep it at your house, you can keep it at your house. You just can't rent it if you keep it in your house. But it's, what we're providing is access to everyday Americans, what the wealthy have been doing for a long time. You call it the new kid on the block of this latest investment resource. Wealthy people have been investing in gold, silver, palladium, platinum,
Yeah.
for over, 2 decades,
Yeah.
since the beginning of this country. And now MWR is making that available to you, and only through MWR. You couldn't do the things what this program does, literally anywhere else. And it's thanks to the power of numbers.
No question about it, sir. So, let's talk, Eric, to the people who say, well, Gerald, Eric, yeah, it sounds great. I love the idea to be able to create a passive income from a silver investment, but yeah, I don't have the money to buy silver. We say to you, no problem, because we're going to provide you three comprehensive solutions to fund your silver, your precious metals portfolio without using your existing income. Now, Eric, I'm intrigued. I can keep my money in my pocket, but you're going to help me get involved in this investment vehicle that can create a passive income for me and also take advantage of the appreciation as I buy the silver.
And that's the thing, we have several different ways. And that's why I always, tell people, if that they say they don't have the money, so let's have a conversation. I'll bet you that I'll uncover the money that you need in the money that you're already making. And that's why we
Wow.
have the experts. We have our tax experts that'll show you, you are an example, a living example of, you went and submitted at the time when you were an employee, you submitted your W-9 forms and the W-4 forms. And then they came back and they said, listen, your exemptions could be optimized, and you got a $300 per pay period increase without having to owe more taxes at the end of the year. Imagine having that help on speed dial. And we have bill reduction experts, we have debt reduction experts, so we can reclaim. And remember, the experts are doing the work. This is not you having to go out and get a PhD in finances. This is you getting to keep more of your money simply by sharing a little bit of information, not even account numbers and private information, but just information about what your bills are. And then we can show you how to reclaim them. Then in a minute, we're going to talk a little bit how to build that income into more income. But the other thing that's very important is that if I could show you how to save 100, 200, or on average, our members are saving $800 to $2,000. If I could show you how to save that money, what would you do with it? Would you go out there and, and spend it on fancy dinners and fancy clothes? Or, as MWR will teach you, would you invest it in assets? And I always talk about on my radio show about converting bad debt. Okay, that's the debt that other people that you pay, to good debt, which is the kind of debt that other people pay for you, like as in a mortgage on a rental property. And we're going to show you how to do that with silver as well, and then convert that debt into buying assets that generate income. And Dr. Parker, income is the outcome that matters.
I love it, man. I love it. But the more I think about it, the method in which we're using the silver to produce an income, it's a tangible asset, much like real estate. So the operation of it is similar. It's structured the same, is it not?
Yeah, very similar, very similar. And that's the beautiful part about it, that first of all, most people don't know about it. So it's not half, I mean, there's no competition. I just go out on the market and I buy silver, I put it into the program, they pay me. In fact, you were talking about earlier, and I was smiling to myself because you said that it can amount to as much as 1.5% per month. Okay.
Wow.
Times 12, that's 18%. Most banks don't pay you 1.5% per year. You know, they're busy paying you 0 point nothing for you to keep your money safekeeping. Well, precious metals are pretty safe as well, paying you a great return. And now we're talking about leverage. You know, when you have leverage, right? That's when you start to really grow and accelerate. We have a business funding program, you know, talking about all the financial resources that we have, where you can obtain business funding. So if you already own a business, or even if you're starting a business, you can build a separate credit profile. Again, something most people don't know, but without using any of your own personal credit, no personal guarantees, you can create a credit profile in the form of a company, business funding. And we have a program that has a guaranteed funding of a minimum of $50,000, and you could literally start your investing. So between the experts, between the programs and the products, there's no excuse. Money is not the problem. Getting
Wow.
started is.
No question about it, sir. Well, let's talk about break down a little further about, our ability to help you reclaim, right, your money. You say the experts are going to do the work for you. You're going to help me reduce my taxes, enhance my credit score, eliminate my debt, negotiate my bills, save me money on my daily purchases, at the tune of $700 a month within weeks. And then over time, you're talking $2,000 a month back into your pocket from your existing finances. I mean, th this is a win for anybody, Eric.
That absolutely is. And it doesn't matter whether you're starting out with barely $2 in your wallet or $2 million, already in investments, you know, having the ability to tap experts to review, you're talking about taxes. Do you know that MWR will review your last 3-year taxes before you were even a member? And see if you left money on the table. There's another example of reclaiming some of the money that is yours, but somebody else is holding on to it, or you gave it to somebody else. Stop giving your money to big government, big business, and all the other people out there that are dying to reach into your pocket. And they're on a mission and they have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're on their plan. If you want to really get ahead financially, you got to have a written financial plan. I said it before, and that's why it weaves right into what MWR. In fact, MWR is a tremendous help in that way.
No question about it, sir. Let's go to solution number two, and we talk about our ability to, hang on 1 second, sir. It's not working for me.
Yeah, and you touched on, the ability to have experts to create home ownership. So if you know someone that you love, a family member, a colleague that doesn't own a home, tell them that you have a way that now is no longer credit dependent, right? We don't look at credit scores in our keys to home ownership program. One of the many benefits that MWR has. We don't rely on large down payments. We have a program that fits every down payment model because the program has that flexibility. So one of the favorite things that I have, and I happen to know also, the organization, the experts behind it. It's a nationwide network of certified affordable housing providers that now, hey, if you're in the real estate business right now, right? What, 20 to 40% of the leads nowadays, people are not qualifying for mortgages. It's harder now. The requirements are harder. Properties are more expensive, and so qualifying numbers are higher. Now you have an access. Here's another thing I saw. Now, none of my clients that come to me, if they're serious about owning a home, they're going to get a home. If they're committed and they're coachable, we have the experts that will make sure that home ownership becomes a reality for you.
That's strong as thunder, sir. I mean, it's a real opportunity for real people to really move their lives to a different level. So I say to people, when you look at MWR, you now can begin to dream again, and you can begin to move forward with a system that will allow you to achieve those dreams. But Eric, we now go to solution number two, the ability to build an income. MWR's luxury residual pays us from $5 to as much as $15,000 a day. You call it athlete's money, but think about it. I mean, help us understand this, how few people you need just to start generating income and what the possibilities are as you grow your organization.
So think about this for a second and the power of numbers. If I tell three people something and they tell three people, now 12 people know it. If those 12 people tell three people, there's 36. And you can just go down the column. This is simply based on 333, okay? And everybody knows three people. And somewhere in your Rolodex or in your phone even, there's three people right now that are probably looking for an opportunity like what we're talking about here, the opportunity to get their finances in order, number one. And then if it really works as well as we're sharing, they're going to tell other people. And what the company says is if you want to build a group, an army of referrals, some people call it an affiliate program, whatever you call it, when you find three people that want to join your mission, and if you hang around Dr. Parker for even 5 minutes, you're going to feel the mission that he's on to share and help more people to get to that place of financial independence. Well, when you have three people, simply, the company starts paying you the salary equivalent. They call it luxury residuals. Every single day around 5:07, I get a text on my phone that says that my daily residual income has been deposited into my account every single day. Now, as I mentioned, I tell three, and then I help those three people do. By the way, every time I tell three that become members, whether they become a member or whether they want to become a business partner of mine, I get paid $50. So there's unlimited income in the number of people that I want to go out there and tell. But when I get to three people who want to build a business with me, all of a sudden, the company starts paying me a regular salary-like income of $150. And P.S., if I do that in the first 30 days, the company will also bonus me an extra $150. So where else can you start a business and literally in 24 hours already be in the black with positive revenue? Now, if you did that in your first 30 days, and many people are doing in the first 30 hours, people will then you help them to get their three people, those three people, and now you have 12 people on your mission, in your group, the business that you're building. The company promotes you and starts paying you $600 a month. Now, I'll be honest with you. When someone told me that I could make $5 a day, it didn't move the needle for me. Okay. That was not a life or game changer for me, but it was proof of concept, right? As soon as I got those first three and the company started paying me the next day, then I understood that make wealth real was for real. Then I started making $600 a month. And then you help and by the way, you do that in their first 30 days, your first 60 days. Now the company bonuses you $450. Then you go and help that next incoming fresh class. All you're doing is helping people to build an additional stream of income while you're building yours. And you can run your eyes down that column, whether it's $5 a day, 20, 50, the jumps are pretty big there. It's not like, okay, you get a 50 cents an hour raise. You're getting significant raises. As you used to say, we get paid ridiculous amounts of money for what we're really doing, which is just simply sharing.
Mhm.
We recently had a member of our company earning $1,500 a day. Think about that. Imagine if every day your bank account got an additional $1,500 a day. That's $45,000 a month, in case you're not on the same level or line that I'm on. That's also $547,000 a year. Okay. And we haven't even maxed out the comp plan here. And if you run your eyes down to the bottom, $15,000 a day. A lot of you probably can't even imagine what it would be like to have 15 new $1,000 rolling into your bank account on automatic deposit. That's why I said this is athletes' money. In fact, there's many athletes that don't make this money, and I don't have to be 6'4" or 280 pounds to be a professional athlete. All I have to do is share what we're talking about here.
That's the beauty of it, my friend. That's the beauty. Let's go to solution number three. You talked earlier about leverage, right? So the wealthy use the bank's money to accelerate their success. So now, because of the Fundable 360 platform, Eric, we can do the same.
100%. And you know, for a lot of people, again, this is groundbreaking new information. But the bottom line is that's what the wealthy do. You know, OPM, everyone's heard of other people's money. And a lot of times it's banks and institutions' money. But MWR's Fundable 360 program allows any member to apply and get a minimum of $50,000 ongoing, unsecured, not based on your credit, guaranteed. Okay. And we can get into the details of the guarantee. But the bottom line is that there's also no risk to this, right? No personal credit risk. You're not using your personal credit. In fact, your business credit and your personal credit are not even related. So it's an opportunity for you basically to double your borrowing power without putting up collateral, without having to make personal guarantees. And that's really the beauty of this. And how many people know a business out there that might like to have a little bit of extra funding? Imagine if you had in your tool set the ability to say, I can help you to get a guaranteed minimum. By the way, once you're in that funding, the better that you handle your finances, the banks will come after you to give you more money year after year after year.
Once the door opens, it doesn't close, my friend. Again, the most complete wealth plan ever developed. I'm convinced the ability to reclaim money, your own money, 700 to as much as $2,000 a month. The opportunity to build a residual income, $5 a day to as much as $15,000 a day, and creating leverage with a guaranteed business funding of $50,000. We're buying silver assets that can appreciate and pay you a passive monthly income. This is everything that you need to build wealth without using your existing income. So this is how, my friends, we make wealth real, faster, safer, and smarter for everybody. Eric, I think we've figured this thing out. We talked about cracking the code, but now let's answer that $64 million question. Access, joining the community. What is it going to cost us?
So what is the Costco of finance cost? It's 149.97 per month. And the beautiful thing about that, you know, there's no contracts. You can cancel, you can leave whenever you want. I know you won't want to. You can join without having to pay any setup fees, junk fees, and all the other things that the companies like to charge. And the other nice thing is that it's actually really half that price because it includes your spouse, your domestic partner. In fact, it doesn't even have to be related to you as long as they're living in the same address as you. They can have and share the same benefits. So you could split the costs with someone in your household or provide that very valuable benefit for, you know, maybe an adult child that you're helping get on their feet. It's really a very well set up, very generous program. And by the way, once you refer 3 new members to MWR, once you're a member, your membership fee becomes free. In other words, the company will pay you as a thank you for you bringing in 3 other members. Now, we talked about building that organization of 3 that becomes 12, that becomes 36. There's a business opportunity and a very special business opportunity because here's your opportunity to buy basically a business in a box, a turnkey, 100% IRS compliant business that you can start today and start getting paid tomorrow. What's the entry cost there? You would think it would be a lot of money, especially when I tell you everything that's included. But the fact is, it's only an extra one-time $100. You probably will spend that this weekend, but for a one-time $100 extra, so instead of 149, it's 249. You now have a business. You now have access to the tax code that I mentioned, and about 7, I think the last time we counted, was it 7 or 8 different potential income streams that can come in on a residual and automatic basis. And again, for only a startup fee of $249, 100 of it is that one-time fee. You have full wealth access and a very powerful business. And as I mentioned, I added it on to my real estate business. When I come across people, we have built-in credit restoration. So when I have people that are not ready for the banks, I put them in this program and I said, stay in this program, do what the experts tell you to do, because in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it takes, we're going to put you into your home. Whether it's a first time home buyer, we don't have those limitations either. Could be a first time, could be a 40th time home buyer. Our program makes home ownership more accessible than any other, even government program that I know of out there. So that's why you want to join this community.
No question about it. We've leveled the playing field, Eric, and it gives the average everyday person a real chance at winning. But let's shift the conversation and begin to ask ourselves these very, very critical questions. So, question one, right? Can what I'm doing right now outperform MWR's wealth plan without putting my money at risk? We have to answer that question for ourselves based on what you've just seen. Question two, if I keep doing the same thing, is time and financial freedom even possible in 5 years or less? What's the answer there? I mean, what plan do you have in place? So, Eric, either way, right? So if the answer is no to either of these questions, then your decision is already made. But dig a little deeper on these questions, because these are serious questions that we must all ask ourselves, and we probably already have asked ourselves. But again, we've got to have a way to achieve this.
Yeah, and a lot of people know that they should do better financially. They know that they should get financial help, but they're afraid of the cost. Here, for a fixed monthly fee, if I were to ask you, Gerald, would you give me $149 if I gave you back $700 to $2,000 in savings per month?
All day, every day, sir.
Right? So that's why people join Costco, and that's why people across the country, all 50 states, including our territories, are joining MWR. If you haven't heard about MWR up until today, I promise you, you soon will, because it will become a household name. It will become a common practice, and other companies will come and try to imitate. But you know that the first and the best is always the first in the market. And here's the thing. Ken, what you're doing right now. If you got something better, God bless. In fact, let us know, because we would like to know what that thing might be. But here's the thing. You see right here, I have started a coaching program in the real estate field called the 5-year career. And I got that idea from MWR when they started showing us how you can convert your investments, and by investing in the precious metals and following the advice of the financial planners, you could radically change your financial life and potentially retire in 5 years. And I have this third question. Who said that we have to wait till we're 65 to retire? Who said
Wow.
that we have to work 40 years of our lives before we're allowed to retire, by the time we're, too tired, too sick, too old to enjoy life? This is, there's a change going on, and I'm sure all of you feel it in the market, in the economy. People are looking for something different. The days of commuting to the cubicle, 40 years of your life, 40 hours a week to retire on 40% of your income, that promise is broken. Okay, that system, that's an industrial age concept, and we're in a whole new world right now where wealth and prosperity is possible and available to everybody, and all you have to do is decide and just do it.
No question about it. Listen, so guys, here's what we know. Your dream lifestyle is waiting. So, and get started today. The person that invited you is ready to help you. They've got everything you need. They'll send you a link. Signing up is quite easy and quick. So we say don't delay. Lost income, appreciation, savings can never be regained. Unlock your full potential. Start living the lifestyle that you want now without limits. And I'll say this, Eric, to our audience. If not now, then when? And if not MWR, then what? There are not many other opportunities out there that even match this or even come close to what the possibilities can be for your life when you talk about plugging in with MWR, a true vehicle at a reasonable cost, designed for the average everyday person to give them experts that they otherwise would not be able to access, simply because we've been not locked out of the process, but we've been priced out of the process. The average cost of a good CPA financial planner in any city in America right now, $200 to $300 an hour. But here's a real chance to kind of put money back into your pocket through those savings provided by the service that we offer, but at the same time generate another stream of income by referring the program to others without having to become the expert. And then look at investment vehicles like a precious metals platform, which allows you to receive a passive income from the rental of the silver that you're purchasing. Is there a greater concept that exists? I don't think so. At least I'm not seeing it.
No, it's the wave of the future. And here's the thing, speaking about the future, there's never been a better time to stop and analyze and make a decision. 2026, okay, is 18 days away.
Wow.
18 days, not even 3 weeks left. When would now be a great time to stop, analyze how was 2025? Was it everything that you wanted it to be? Did you reach your goals? Or, which I sadly hear too often, 2025 was like 2024. This is, same stuff, different year. And that is a sad thing for me to hear, because every year we should be getting better. Every year we should be growing mentally, spiritually, and financially. So, you know, like you said, the dream life is waiting. What are you dreaming about? But more importantly, what are you doing about it?
Wow, I like that. That's strong, sir. Well, listen, on behalf of myself and Mr. Wilner, the MWR family, our corporate staff, we want to welcome you. If you've made your decisions today to join us on this mission, this ministry, this crusade, this movement, we want to be the first to welcome you to MWR, Make Wealth Real. And once again, guys, this is where lifestyle and legacy connect. So, Mr. Wilner, that concludes our presentation for today. But guys, we're going to stop the screen share, come back out to the field, and give you an opportunity to wrap this up by answering any questions that they might have, Eric. And guys, we don't want you to leave this platform today without having a full understanding of what you've seen and heard. And we truly want to thank Mr. Fernando Ramirez for making all this happen and setting these platforms up to give Eric, you and I an opportunity to do this great work and have so much fun presenting MWR.
Short, sweet, and like I said, 18 days, 18 days, tick, tick, tick.
The clock is ticking, my friend. You're absolutely right. I mean, can you believe it? To me, it just seems like 2025 just started, and here we are. We're at the end of it, getting ready to go into 2026, a brand new year. And so now we measure what we've accomplished in 12 months compared to what we want to accomplish. Did we meet the mark? Did we get where we want it to be? And if not, now is the time to kind of, reset the clock and lay out your plan and start running toward that so that we can finish the work in 2026. So I think we've got a couple announcements coming up here, Eric, with Fernando, because we've got a launch scheduled for tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. and we're excited about that. The promo fly is being created as we speak. Marvin McGee, I believe, is our new business owner, and I'm not sure whether Fernando has others from his team that are going to be joining Mr. McGee on that platform on tomorrow night. So, Mr. Ramirez, back to you, sir. But guys, while we wait on Fernando, I want to say thank you for everybody who took time out of their schedule to be with us today. It's been an incredible morning, starting with the reading. We're into the presentation now, and then we'll wrap up. We won't do training today, but we will get back on track with that on Saturday as well. But again, we would need to load up these platforms on Sunday night to support those who are stepping out, launching their business, even relaunching. So whatever it takes is where we are now. That's the mindset we are willing to do what we have to do to make this happen. You've got a
Yeah.
message there from Deborah Russell, Eric.
And okay, let me just Deborah Russell. Am I not seeing it?
Should be in the chat there, but there's a bunch of them in the chat.
All right, I see the two questions. As a former journalist, lover of all talk shows, appreciate your interview style. It seemed more personal and engaging. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Ms. Deborah Russell. As you can see, Dr. Parker and I, we have a lot of fun with this, and we
Yeah.
go off script a lot. We have these PowerPoint presentations that the company presents. They brought us a great platform. They brought us great products, but they give us the ability and the liberty, to share this in the way that, because this is what it's really all about, is simply just sharing, what's available. And that's the important part. So when you think about this, and as you think about your plans for 2026, okay, you know, let's make a positive step forward. Let's not let excuses. What are the most common excuses? Oh, I have no money. Well, we just showed you how to have this program for free, right? We just showed you how to have access to experts. People will give you the financial advice that you need without worrying about any additional cost. You could say, well, I already have a full-time job and I don't have any time. You're going to tell people, whether it's around the water cooler, the coffee maker, or to and from work at CVS, at the supermarket, you're going to tell people about a great restaurant, a great movie that you saw, a great service that you got from from a professional. That's all you're doing here. This does not require, a set amount of time. This is your opportunity to be very independent. And the neat thing about it is that while this is your business and you're in business for yourself, you're not in business by yourself. We invited you to our Saturday morning reading club community, entrepreneurs. It's a great time to bounce around ideas, not just about the book, but about business in general. You have these forums that we have on a regular basis. Several nights a week, we have different training to get you in there. But you don't even need a license. So the other excuse, oh, I don't understand finances. I don't really know about finances. Well, you don't need to. We have the experts. In fact, the more you hang around the experts, the more you're going to know, and that's good for you. But it's not your job to know other people's finances. Let the experts do the work and you get paid.
You're absolutely right, Eric. Mr. Barry Fleet asked what the platform was for the reading club. The exact access that you were granted to come here, sir, is the same platform that you'll use for the reading club, 9:30 each and every Saturday morning. And Mr. Fleet, if you're not already a Facebook friend of MWR Kingdom Builders or FRBE, then do so. Send the friend request. We'll get you on there because we're posting these every single day prior to them coming up. So we're excited. And keeps us engaged as well. So, Mr. Fernando, thank you so much for everything, sir.
Mr. Eric Wilder, Dr. G.W. Parker, it's an honor to be here with you too. Three Musketeers, all for one and one for
One
all.
for all.
Hey, I'm just excited to be here this morning with everyone that is here. We got, 31 participants. And what I like about what we have is how we start our Saturday mornings with our reading club. And your book, which you actually read it for us today, chapter 1, chapter 2. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, put the time, put the effort. This book is simple. It's something that you can easily digest. It inspires you when you read it because you're hearing it from Dr. G.W. Parker. Get excited or stay broke forever is a phrase that he has used for a very long time. It stuck to me. So anytime you go through hurdles and you hear that phrase within yourself, it's in your subconscious mind. It gives you that magical touch to say, "Hey, I gotta get excited, and if I don't, I'll be broke forever." So with that being said, let's jump on that reading club every Saturday at 6:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. Central, 6:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. Central, and 9:30 a.m. East Coast time. And then right after
And
that, we had this
Fernando,
tremendous yeah.
no, I was just I smile because we just said that you're not in business by yourself, and a bunch of people jumped in to provide the additional information. This is the kind of community that we have here. That it's all inclusive. It's all about growing and becoming a better person tomorrow than I was today.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. And the thing about it is reading is fun, as you alluded to, Eric. But what's fun is the conversations we have between, from chapter to chapter or will we pause for a little bit on the conversation to hear everyone just participate and see what they're taking with them. I love that. Yep, you're here working for yourself, but never by yourself. All right. So here's what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, and I thank you both, for putting the time out to be able to have our guest here. And I do have a guest from San Francisco. She showed up. I saw her here earlier. I think she's still around. Yeah, she's got to be here somewhere, somewhere, somewhere. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, these events are for us to learn more about what we do, but at the same time, they're events created for newcomers. So when we have events like this, it's always good to invite as many people as possible. We don't expect everyone to say yes. I mean, we want to, but in reality, if you find a handful of people that see what you see, it's all you need to build an incredible business with our MWR platform. Dr. G.W. Parker, here's what we're going to do. I know you're going to give us marching orders, and we have a promotion from our CEO, but I'm going to pop up the screen here to promote tomorrow's event. So there's 31 of us. And let me tell you what we can do. The power of unity in regards to events. See, we grow from event to event. Write that down. In 31 years, I've always heard that. We grow from event to event. And I wanna congratulate Dr. G.W. Parker because he broke the ice again to bring Sunday night lunches. And it has been dynamic. Our growth, we started, I think, with 50 people, or was it 100 people? What was the first event, Dr. G.W. Parker, the attendance? How many people showed up?
First event we had like 55 or so people.
All right. And we've maxed out over 100 people, right?
Yep, it's growing.
It's growing. So we don't want to lose the momentum of Sunday nights. Tomorrow we're like launching Marvin McGee. I mean, hey, you can relaunch, you can lunch as long as you say Fernando or Dr. G.W. Parker or Eric, I'm ready to launch my business. I want to have the experience to invite as many people as possible so you all can support me Sunday night. You know what that does? On a Sunday night where we have 100 people show up to an event, and if you're launching or relaunching your business, anybody that thinks that this doesn't work, Sunday night, they know it works. So when we have a Sunday night lunch or relaunch, it's to support you, to create that energy so we can explode 2026. See, our year 2026 already started. So every Sunday night, take the opportunity to launch or relaunch your business. Let your leader know I'm ready to launch or relaunch my business. It's the best way to expose newcomers or your potential guests that you want to enroll, that you want to sign up, expose them to an event like this. And all I can say in 31 years, we grow from event to event. This event could definitely put a spark in your business to explode it in 2026. So Dr. G.W. Parker, I want to thank you so much for your consistency, for bringing back Sunday nights, where we actually support everyone that wants to launch or relaunch their business. Last week we had 4, we're down to 1. Come on. We know we got a lot of leaders that want to be able to launch their business. Send out the pictures to your leaders and let them know I'm ready to launch or relaunch. And I don't know how we're going to handle this through the holidays, Dr. G.W. Parker, but give us your marching orders. Let us know what we need to do. I'm ready. I'm ready to play.
Yes, sir. And we'll look at the schedule for the holidays, and naturally there'll be a few days off, but we'll plan it accordingly, and we'll begin to position that. You and I we'll circle back this weekend or the first of the week and try to start laying out that plan for the holidays, guys. But it is now time, as Eric said, 2026 is right around the corner. 18 days, guys. Whatever we're going to do, we need to get it done now. Put yourself in a position where you run into 2026, not walk, but run. And then just smoke them from there. Just set yourself on fire and go for it. And let's finish this work. Let's finish this work. It is a great time to be a part of MWR. Well, Eric, once again, thank you, sir, for sharing the platform and being here today. Fernando, without you, man, this doesn't happen. So God bless you. And Martha, thank you so much. And we'll begin to promote the event for tomorrow. I just sent Martha a message, and we'll get this thing out, man, and we'll make it happen. But God bless you all. Have a great day, everyone. Let's stay focused. At the end of the day, get excited or stay broke forever. Go ahead, sir.
Last thing, sorry about that. Can you give us any you know any numbers maybe on how many people we have for the 1 ounce? Because I know it's going to go away real soon, real quick. Just maybe an estimate.
Yeah, I think the original number might have been 1,300 spots. As of yesterday, I think we're probably halfway there. There might be 600 or 700 more spots available. It's moving fast, so we truly want to get everybody in front of it because it just does not make sense. If the threshold is increased to 50 ounces at today's prices and the rate of value of silver, I mean that's another $3,500 that maybe you don't want to spend, right? So don't do it. I mean, go ahead and make the commitment to the 1 ounce. You're grandfathered in, and then you can grow and buy silver at your own pace versus having to meet some threshold. 50 ounces, like I said, with the prices, I mean, 50 ounces 6 months ago was less than it would be today. So that gives you some idea of how this thing is just really moving. You heard Eric talk about, gold and silver and what those prices are doing. I mean, yeah, it's a tangible asset. It's not like that dollar bill, man, that goes up and down. And I don't know what it's even worth today, 25, 30 cent. No real value because it has nothing backing it. So now would be the time, guys, that we position ourselves. We don't want to miss out on this. I don't want the window or the door to close for anybody.
Yep. Don't leave your opportunities for tomorrow. Believe me, you see, the things that are happening right now are going to position you within the next 3 to 5 years for financial freedom. So we don't take advantage of this, we're going to be left out. So we're the first ones. We're the first ones, and we have access to a 1 ounce. Once the 1 ounce goes away, we don't want you looking back and saying, I should have, could have, would have. We want you to say, I'm glad that I took advantage of the opportunity and I'm going all out to be able to retire within the next 3 to 5 years. Dr. G.W. Parker, thank you so very much. Mr. Eric Wilner, I appreciate you. Having you back, oh my God, hearing you too was phenomenal. So let's invite everyone and let's pack the place tomorrow. We'll see you all at the top and the beaches of the world.
God bless you all. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Enjoyed it. Thank you much. Have a great day.
Take care, Richard Greer.
Thank you,
Great to see you
Richard.
here, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Be blessed, everybody.
Herschel, great to see you here, my friend. Happy Saturday.
Thank you so much. Likewise.
Reggie, great to see you here, my friend.
Great to see you as
Peace
well.
and love.
I'll be back, everybody.